Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to organize our photos into a more meaningful way. One of the first things that I like to do is just to go through the photos kind of quickly, and then after that, I'll either assign keywords, stars, or some type of labeling. And so the first thing is, just so I wanted to show you that this is all the way almost down to the smallest thumbnail. You'll notice that you don't see any file name or anything of that sort. Sometimes you may have to increase it in order to see the information. And I have here dimensions and I have the size of the file. You may not want all this extra information. That's fine. You can go to Edit, Preferences, go to Thumbnails, and it'll allow you to see up to 4 items. You can see the date, dimensions. You can click on here and see other things that you'd like. I don't need my dimensions right now, but the size would be nice. Okay, I don't need keywords because I haven't assigned keywords yet, so I'm going to click OK, and you'll see that it reflects. The other thing that I like to do is you can choose view, review mode, but we'll talk about that in the next tutorial. What I like to do is just drag out the workspaces here and then choose preview, and this will allow me to see a larger preview with the thumbnails on the side as you see here. Okay, I can always move this a little bit to the left so I can see more. To move through the thumbnails, you would just press the up or down button, and then I will cipher through them for you. And then to assign stars, if you want to do stars right now, you can. But if you will go to Label, and you'll see here that if you don't want any stars, Control 0. If you want 1 star, it's Control plus 1, and then 2 is 2, 3 is 3. Thank God that's nice, you know. If you want to decrease your rating, you can do Control, comma, and Control plus. And you can also assign some labels if you're in that situation for labeling. But if you're doing the first preview of your images, you're probably not going to deal with this. But let me show you. All you would do is just select the photo, press Control 1, and then you'll see the star sign. Press 2, press 5, and then press 0. Another important one is, if you do not like the photo, you can do Alt-Delete, which will assign a label of reject, which I'll show you. Alt-Delete, not Alt-Enter, so don't get it confused. You'll see rejected. If you hit Alt-Delete again, or no, you have to go Control 0, and that will erase that. Okay, so this is a nice photo, but unfortunately, you can zoom in with a loop here. I personally don't like the loop, but that's just me, so I usually just close it. But this photo looks a little bit blurry, so I'm going to have to do an Alt-Delete to reject, and then I'm going to move one down, and then I say, oh, this is nice. I might want to keep this maybe for artistically sense, or maybe for textures. And in later tutorials, I'll tell you what that means by textures or distressing an image, which is really nice to have. But one of the things that I do also is you do not have to accept these labels. You can do whatever you want. Whatever is efficient and works for you. You can go to Edit, Preferences, go to Labels, and you can change them. So I like to do alphabetically, and I know that in these images I have a lot of buildings, so I can go buildings, press a tab to open the next one. Clouds, I took a lot of pictures of clouds, stacks, and textures. Okay, and you can see the associated number with each one. It's alphabetical, so if you forget which one, you can always remember in the alphabet. You can do that or just leave it as it is, up to you. So for example, I think this is an architectural and I can use it for distress an image. So if it's a texture, I would press Control 9, and this will give me a nice blue label there, and I don't have to worry about the stars yet. I can, this looks like it's going to be part of a stack, and so stack was Control 8, so I would press Control 8, move to the next one, Control 8, next one, Control 8, next one, Control 8. Okay, and you'll see why I'm doing this in the next tutorial. If you don't like an image and it's obviously bad, then delete it. Or reject it, don't delete it. And we're going to get to one in a second here. I like this photo, but it looks a little blurry, so I'm probably going to reject it. So I'm going to press Alt-Delete. This is going to assign a reject to it. Okay, this is nice, but it does look a little bit blurry, so I'm gonna do another Alt Delete. Okay, this is that same photo, but it looks a little bit more focused. I may sign because I know I can probably zoom and crop it and then maybe bend it a little forward. Uh, Probably maybe give it 2 stars. So I'm going to press Control 2 to sign 2 stars. And I'll reject. Okay, this one looks a little bit better. Okay, so maybe I'll give that 2 stars. Going back to this one, we have 2 stars and we can assign buildings, which is Control 6, so that I can see there's 2 stars and a building. This one I can just ignore, ignore, ignore. Okay, maybe 1 star, maybe 1 star. Blur, Alt Delete to reject, Alt Delete to reject. Okay, that's a building, so I can do Control 6, maybe give it 2 stars. The picture of a tree, maybe 2 stars, maybe use it for a selection project. Okay, this is a nice little statue, maybe 3 stars for this. So you can do each one. This is going to be part of a stack. So this would be a Control 8. Control 8. I'm not even going to assign stars to it because it's part of a stack, so there's no point. Control 8. Control 8. And you can see how fast I can move through these photos. You only have to do it once. Once you do it, you can have it forever. That's the nice thing about it. Okay, Control 8. Control 8. And Control 8. Okay, now building, nice. And buildings are Control 6. And as you can see, I can do this for all 300 pictures, which I will do. And then I'm going to show you another review method in the next tutorial.